Hey, Carol.
Oh, hey. I was looking at my face. Hey, I'm here.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, I lost track of time. Okay. Let me put all this stuff up.
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes, so
All this.
I'll pause the recording for a second.
A lot of fun with it.
Were
Yeah.
you judging everybody, or were you just noticing?
No, nothing. Just, I don't know. Just being aware of what was coming out of my mouth and out of my head, and then what was coming out of other people's mouths. Though I couldn't see what was in their head, it was coming out their mouths. And watching the news, holy crap.
Oh, I had to quit watching the news.
Oh, I mean, I rarely
That
do
triggers everything.
I rarely do it, but even on some of the shows that I watch, like the game shows last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, it's just, it really hit me how this reality is built on points of view, which are built on judgments.
Yeah. And would we
I never realized how rampant it was. I mean, that's what everybody does.
It's this reality. It's the way, like, I noticed that people used it to kind of connect with others, to feel superior, to, like, oh, why in the world would this person do that? Like, I went to something and the lady was going like, well, I wouldn't do that. And I just thought, wow, who gives a shit? What you would do. It's like, it was something about the guy had gotten a suite where they were staying for her like company thing. And she's like, I make just as much as he does. And I don't know why he would go to that. Like she just felt like he was being ostentatious. And I thought, you know what, sweetheart, it's his money. Whatever the hell he wants to do with it, let him do it. But yeah, there's a lot of just a tiny bit of judgment and this reality.
Yeah, right.
Just a little bit. So, how did you play with just like grabbing the energy and incinerating it, or grabbing the energy and like just, making it small, or whatever that was for you? What worked for you? And what I love is like, because I was just on a call with, and then we were talking about incinerating everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, I like that. Just, so it is an energy. It's an energy that we can just stop. It's an energy that we can grab, because we are the dominant energy, of course. And so, hold on. I think this is Annette, or it might be Renee. Hello? Is this? Oh, hold on.
She's on mute there.
It would help me if I unmuted you.
She's muted again.
Oops, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hi.
Hey, is this Renee?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm sorry I'm late. It has been a crazy, crazy day.
Well, 20 lashes. How can we judge Renee? Let's see.
I know.
Let us count the way.
Awesome. Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Bless you with judgment.
Oh my God. I would never be late. No.
Never. Never.
Oh God. Anyway, we were just talking about like realizing how much judgment and points of view around us always.
Oh yeah.
Is really built on that. And when you can kind of see it and you play with it and grab the energy and incinerate it, or whatever that is for you, you can have fun. You can laugh and just think like,
Actually,
I like it.
Actually, Carol,
Yeah.
I found that laughing, first of all, when I would see it, I would start laughing. When it would come in my head, like when drivers, are like crawling like at 20 in a 55-mile zone, I will say, you stupid ass. And then I'm saying, oh shit, that's a point of view. And I would start laughing and it would go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sheesh, especially in traffic, you would be laughing
Yeah.
a lot.
I've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of the clearing statements in my car since
Have you
Oh yeah, that's what I do.
being in traffic. I do the 1, 2, 3, 4, fuck it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
that's really.
I like that. So,
It works for me. Anyways.
I like
If I
that
had
we're
used
all
that
having
on
fun with all
Saturday,
this.
I would have been sound like I had Tourette's. 'Cause,
Yes.
oh my God.
If there was a microphone in my car, people would think, I'd be like, oh, hell no, motherfucker. Oh, no. And I just always I shoot energy at them. And they're just they just go wherever I need them to go because it's oh, hell. It's like, it's a potency. It's not, it used to be you motherfucker, get out of the way. Now it's more like oh, hell no.
Mm.
Don't even think, and I'll even say that, don't even think about it.
Mhm.
Shoot energy their way, and it's like they just go wherever. And yeah, I have used the 3s and the 4s to clear traffic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
And then, 3s to clear it, and then 4 to get me there quickly. That other clearing statement, the Mac Daddy one, I'm going to add a little bit onto it. The Mac Daddy one, and I don't know if everybody was on, but my software went bluey last week, and so I don't have your personal meditations, but I will have them this week. So this week, something beyond noticing all the judgments and noticing all the points of view, and I kind of changed the way my computer is. So if I'm not looking at I am looking at you. I'm just not looking at you. My awareness is that there's a lot of instances where we go to contraction. One of them is picking up on all the judgments of everybody. Your body can contract, your being can contract, your sphincter can contract. I've been going through paperwork with Joy today, but I used to contract with all that. I just didn't want to mess with mail or paperwork or whatever that was. And now I can joyfully go through it. But are there any places that you find, this must be Annette, hold on a second here. Hey Annette, is that you?
No, it's Renee.
Oh, it's Renee.
Somehow I disconnected us, and now I'm back.
Oh, well, you missed a whole world of judgment on you.
Oh, man.
So we won't talk about it, but we were judging you pretty badly there.
Oh man, shoot! I wish I would have.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, you should have heard what I was judging you guys about. So there. Yeah.
No, we're just kidding. Anyway, so there's a part of everything where we can contract.
Yeah.
And I said, we contract in our body, we contract in our being, we contract in our sphincter. And it's just a matter of also just being aware of it so that you can catch it, like the judgment and the points of view.
Yeah.
So where has anybody found that they have contracted if they've been aware of it? And if you haven't, that's okay too.
Well, I was telling you earlier, it wasn't with people, it was places.
Yeah, you were at the hospital?
Yeah, well, it was a couple. I was taking this lady, the mother of a friend of mine, to, I would pick her up from dialysis. It got to be more of a chore, excuse me, more of a chore that I didn't want to obligate myself to do anymore than anything else, mainly because this particular lady, just very demanding. Anyways, so I went by the building and boy, did I suck it in. It's like I was so glad I needed to shake it off when I left. And I just drove by it.
Because what are the frames and minds of the people having dialysis?
It was
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole doom and gloom area
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that area. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could drive by it, you could be walking by it, you could be like not too far from it. I had that, you know, I talked about that neighbor that finally
Yeah.
evicted or whatever. I could tell like his energy all the time, and I was just constantly like sending energy, and I think it just became an automatic thing. And it was like 10 years.
Oh,
And
Wow.
now that he's gone, it's just like, whew,
really?
wow. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes we get used to it too. And in that case, I had gotten used to it.
Yeah, it's like your normal is comforting, you know, even if it's uncomfortable, it's comforting that you have that energy around you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
it's
like
familiar.
you just get used to it. It's familiar. It's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
it might be like an old beat up shoe. It's not the best
Uh-huh.
thing, but you keep putting it on, you know.
Comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so what we're going to play with this week is looking at that and acknowledging those things around us of when it happens. Because there's an aspect to that you might want to be, you might want to be contracted. You might want to be protecting yourself. You might want, but there's also the other aspect of it is how much energy are you having to use to contract?
Mm.
Yeah.
And would you rather grab that energy? And so this is what we're going to work on too with not necessarily work, but play. Would you like to take that energy of judgment and take that energy of points of view and take that energy that we're putting into contracting, even down to our asphincter, and really turn it into energies that are a contribution to us?
Yeah.
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 Because
Yeah.
we don't
Big time.
we don't realize all the energies that we are kind of losing or kind of putting out there or getting drained with to feel like we have to contract.
Yeah.
And would a badass motherfucker contract?
Mhm.
Fuck no.
No.
And I know all of you, so just saying.
Yeah.
So some aspects are we can contract, and it could be just the matter of I'm going to have you play with asking whether it's your body or your being or something else.
Why would a being would never contract? Infinite being would never contract.
Well, infinite
There's no
being
reason
would,
to.
but infinite being would.
But I'm an infinite being and I contract.
Your body does. Your mind may.
Yeah.
But infinite being itself
Infinite being
has no need for that.
Well, infinite being
That's true.
has no need for that, but your being can contract, your body can contract, all of those things can contract at different times. When?
Yeah, when? When would the being contract?
When you're not being infinite being and when you're not being
Yeah.
When you're buying into this reality and all the bullshit
Yeah.
that comes with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And that's
That's when you feel less of yourself. That's when you feel less of your divine self, and you kind of get lost in all that emotional shit soup and forget your divinity. Right?
Yeah. And there's even stuff about our point of view of divinity and all that stuff, but we'll be doing that in a further class. But yes, all of that can contract. And a lot of times I find it's an automatic thing.
Uh-huh.
if you're going
Yeah.
to meet a whole new group of people, are you contracted or are you expanded? That you don't know.
I'm contracted.
Contracted, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. So where is it? Where has it become our automatic responder system where it really doesn't serve us?
Where it doesn't serve us.
Yeah. So are we willing
Yeah.
to clear? Well, this is the thing. I'm going to clear it generally here, if everybody agrees.
Sure.
But there'll be still
Yes.
aspects of it that could pop up because there's, you know, we have so many different things going on in our worlds where we're you know, going to the dialysis place, or we're in traffic, or we're in whatever. And it's just a good reminder. And so once I clear this for everybody, there might be another layer of this that comes up for you.
Mhm.
Just know that. That's great. That's good news, because what happens when we can see something? We can clear that puppy, incinerate it.
Yeah. And we can say, fuck that shit.
We could fuck that shit, all that stuff.
Yeah.
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 So, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more, and then we'll do a bigger clearing.
Okay.
What I want to talk about tonight too is like the aspects of ourselves with our being and our body. Sometimes we have something else's out there that are affecting our being and our body. We'll kind of share some questions on eking that out. It's always when we're asking for awareness, you know, if you've used the access tools, you might be asking the questions or asking for awareness, and you're not really getting a clear answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you pull out that Mac Daddy clearing.
Yeah. I like that Mac Daddy clearing.
So let's do that now, because there seems to be a little bit of woo, including me. So any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, Shikyu, Wernicke's commands,
Strands, stringers, binding,
bindings, and what?
bounding.
Boundings. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else comes in. Okay, across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Clear. Clear.
Wow. Wow.
Again.
Again. Okay, so any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, Wernicke's commands, Shikyu. I'm just going to throw DJ CC's Pessers. And that's all that's reading right now. So, okay. Clear. Clear. Incinerate.
Wow.
Clear. Incinerate. Okay. And so the thing that I've been using too is like, not yours body, not yours being, not yours body, not yours being. Clear.
Oh, I like that.
Not yours body, not yours being, not yours body, not. And you can say it as many times as it takes to kind of like get it and lighten up, and then you just clear.
Say again, Carol, not yours body, not yours being.
Yeah, not yours body, not yours being. Let it go, let it, you can say let it go, clear, incinerate, whatever words work for you. Clear. Because what I've found is sometimes body wants something. Sometimes being wants something.
Yeah.
Sometimes something else is wanting something. And so it's just a matter of asking the questions of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, my
Oh,
body.
I needed that today.
You needed that today?
I needed that today because I know I told you about this, Carol. On the way down, we're living in Greenville. We drove down to Atlanta today, and me and my husband, well, he was very judgmental. It was him that was judgmental, not me. You know, and I even told him how judgmental he is, and he went, excuse me. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could have used some daddy clearing. Yeah.
Yeah, you could, like, it's good if you say it, but you can also kind of say it as a whisper to yourself if you're in the car with somebody.
Yeah.
And I had to do it last week at the baseball game because it was just like wacky shit was showing up, and I was just like, all right, whatever it was, and it was like that I was there, but it wasn't even like it was anything about the baseball game. It was weird. So when we get into those spaces where we're just kind of like, what? It's usually an interesting point of view. I have that point of view.
That's what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view.
Yeah.
Or everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it is the opposite.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Somebody's wrestling papers.
That's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Could you mute me because I have to wrestle some more papers?
Okay. I'll mute you for just a second. Just raise your hand on the thingy. I'll check back in with you. I'll open up the chat here so I can see. Anyway, so when we have, like, we're kind of like, we've done this consciousness work. We've walked this walk. We've asked 1,000 questions and more. We've, embraced consciousness. And then we have those situations that come up that are like, what the, and that's where you can start asking these questions of like, oh, is this body? Is this being? Is this something else? And if it's something else, most of the time you can send that away because it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's a kind of like a return to sender type of thing. It might be energy to stop you, but there's really nothing that can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. So that's where, all of you are pretty potent beings. Carol being in traffic with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Fuck it.
What? Forget. Okay, sorry. So just know that, and I said in the original class, like, those are the times that you have your Wonder Woman suit on. And if you saw the movie, you know that she didn't ask if she could go in, and kick everybody's ass and take names. And, she just kind of went and did it. Everybody was like, oh, we got to have this first and that first. And like, next thing you know, she's out there just boom. So when we can be that way in life, there's not a whole lot that can grab you, but we still have those times where things are making us contract, or things are making us go into that space that feels comfortable and then not comfortable to us in a way. So let's address it now. We'll do a clearing for that. So any autoresponders, crushed autoresponders, or any other like energies that are automatically triggered. And I get stack stringers. Okay. All right. Thank you for showing me that. Let me start over because I got shown a couple things. All right. So was it autoresponder or something? Okay. All right. So any implants, explants, autoresponders, crushed autoresponders, archimedial spirals, SHICUs, or any other like energies in our bodies and our beings that have been stationed to contraction. Would you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, announce, destroy, and uncreate all that across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. And what was the benefit of signing on for that originally? Just get that energy.
Okay.
And what was not the benefit of signing on for that originally? Just get the energy of that. And so we'll take all that energy and let's see, it's almost like there's just a tiny little thing left there. What is that? So anywhere we have something else, energy of something else or some things else or somebody else that is related to that. So anything, any agreements, allegiances, alliances, blood oaths, codicils, golden year agreements, 50-year plan agreements, or any other agreements across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space-time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space-time I haven't mentioned here. Would you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, announce, destroy, and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Clear. Clear. How does everybody feel now?
Relaxed.
Better.
Much more expansive.
Like I want to burp.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
So when you're in the space of you, so truth, how much of a percentage are you the space of you right now? You get a number in your head?
I get 75.
I was going to say the same about 7.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Got 100.
100? Cool.
Woo!
You go, girl.
Yay.
How about you, Audrey?
I don't really have any. Don't have anything.
So any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy flowing, manipulation, Wernicke's commands, Shikyu, or any other like manipulation or any other like energies up there? Clear. Okay, so now what percent
Wow.
are you?
90.
90? Cool. How about you, Kara?
I stayed the same.
Stayed 75. Cool. We can judge you for that.
I don't care.
Ooh, wow.
Right answer. Good answer. Anything yet, Audrey?
I'm just really feeling a lot in my body. I mean, like a volcano in my core.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm feeling a lot.
Is that you?
Is
So
it
is it
me?
your body, your being, or something else?
I feel like it's my body, my being expanding. I feel my body has shifted something, and it's I want to say that barriers are down more than normal.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Okay. What I got was something else.
Okay.
Are we willing to explore
Yeah.
it?
Let's do that.
So what is the benefit that this something else gets from this?
Something else gets, I would say, manipulation.
Yeah, and what is the benefit that you get out of it?
The word sound feels like useful. Feels useful.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what is not the benefit?
The victim.
Yeah. And what is not the benefit of their being in your being?
Yeah, not being a victim.
Okay. So we ready to
Mhm.
grab all that something else
Yeah.
energy?
Always yes.
I don't always go too far into it because a lot of times for powerful beings, like there's a lot of aspects to why they're there.
Sure.
So, all right, let's see here. What is the best clearing? Wow, it's even messing with me. That's fine. Okay. Because I just went like, whoop. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to do something now. Okay, so are you willing to let this something else go now?
Yes.
So all the energies around you, above you, around you, behind you,
Mhm.
down, forward, up, down, all
Mhm.
around you, bring it all out front. This is something else. And let's grab the energy and just incinerate it. And anything underneath, add infinitum down to ground zero. Incinerate. So what percentage now are you? And you're
65.
65? Okay, cool. So truth, how far back does this something else go?
Way.
What is it?
Many hundreds of lifetimes.
Yeah, hundreds of lifetimes.
Hundreds of lifetimes. It's big.
So anywhere where it was of value to you, and anywhere you aligned and agreed with, or resisted or reacted with, righteous for, righteous against. Are you willing to incinerate that now?
Yes.
Release, release, release. Any unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, Warnicki's commands. So much reading, okay. And any other energies here. Release, release, release. Incinerate. Clear. Okay, how are we now?
Detangling.
Tangling, okay. Ooh, that's a good one to bring
It's
up.
almost like an octopus the way that it's
Yeah,
coming in. And I keep wanting to go into a story of something that happened this week. And I go, well, and I keep arguing with myself, going, but it's irrelevant. It's the catalyst. It's brought the energy forward. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And so that's going to happen during this class. And that's why I say, just if you feel like it, you need to reach out, because there's going to be stuff that's going to come up and you'll go, oh, you'll get to the point where at the end of this 12 weeks, you'll be like, yeah, as if, but when stuff starts, okay, so how much is that? Ooh. So what I get is like entangled in finances, entangled in, wow, okay. So anything, anywhere where you were impelled across, I'm going to say across all lifetimes. Would you like to release that now?
Yes, please.
I'm just going to do a little Ronald McDonald hands, happy hands, jazz hand. Let's see. Yeah, because it's almost like it's coiling in your belly. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just give it a minute and I'll pop Renee back on here for a second. I'm just doing it without words for now because I just want it to keep unraveling. Okay. All right. It's on a trajectory of unraveling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I just put my hands together and they're on fire. Like I feel like I just touched hot stones. So this energy's pulsing for sure.
So what I usually do when this kind of stuff happens is I touch my hand and I go back to me. Back to me. Back to me. So what percentage of authentic you is in your body? We get like 80%? Does that seem correct?
That sounds fair.
Okay. We still have a little bit of stuff hanging out there. Okay. I'll get it in a Mac Daddy clearing near the end. But yeah, it's unraveling for you. You might have tears, you might have, like your body's gotten really used to having it there.
Yeah.
So just know this, like this is an awareness of when stuff like this shows up and you're kind of not acting like yourself, that's a good indication that it's something else. And it happens to all of us at different times. You know, it could have been that we had something where we went into something, or we might have had some work by somebody, and it kind of opens you up to something interfering with you. This one for you seems like a childhood thing, almost like when you're about 3 years old. And it's a long time family thing, but it's almost like just know that you like. I saw this little girl with a sword, almost like as I'm going to be the warrior of my family. And just know that there's nothing else that you need besides you. And there's no wrongness for this showing up, by the way. So let's just clear that right out. Let's just clear that out. Anywhere where you're making yourself wrong for this, across all lifetimes, past, present, future, space, time, dimension, multiverse, universe, or any space, time I haven't mentioned here, would you revoke, can't rescind, renounce, destroy, and uncreate all that? Yes. Okay. There's never any reason to make yourself wrong for anything. Just know that. So when you start going there, that's almost like when we can let that crap in. It can come in like via alcohol. It can come in via different drugs. It can come in just if we're at a point where we go to that victim space. And sometimes, though, when it comes in childhood, it's almost like a long slew of agreements across all lifetimes. Like, you know, I'll be the badass motherfucker in this lifetime, but I think I need this, AI number 2. And
Yeah.
just know that, there's nothing greater. I remember somebody was showing me there was somebody at the psychic fair then, and they were showing me this machine that's supposed to do all this stuff. And I was like, and then I kind of just lifted my hands up and I went,
Oh,
Yeah.
scaring dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
stop,
Like there's nothing more powerful than this. There's nothing more powerful than this. There's nothing more powerful than this.
Wasn't it Rika Zimmerman that said, "I'm a badass motherfucker"?
Oh, she did, yeah.
Of
Of
was it of awareness?
I'm
A magnitude,
she
that's
said-
it.
she used to
Yeah.
say I'm a bitch of magnitude or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I changed it to badass.
Badass motherfucker of magnitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's a tiny little thing. She's the one who actually got me interested in Access. I love her energy.
Really?
Yeah. Hmm. She was actually like, I think when I started, she was out there a lot more. At that time, I don't think Dane was comfortable yet with kind of getting out there. He's gotten out there a lot more over the last like 10-ish years. But yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so back to contraction.
Yay.
Yes.
So these are the ways that your body can contract. Somebody's doing something. These are the ways that your body can contract. And these are also ways that your body is contracting if there's something else in your body or messing with your body or doing something around your body. Those are the areas where we might have contracted also. So using that, so checking in to see is this contraction for my authentic self benefit? Ask that question, and if you don't get a clear answer, go to that Mac Daddy clearing on the site. That pretty much like takes all of that crap away. That kind of manipulates those signals to us. So, is this of benefit to my authentic self, being, body, etc.?
Carol,
Yeah.
Mostly contraction is when you're withdrawing from something, including your being.
Putting your walls up.
But what kind of contraction would be of benefit?
Well, if you are contracting from maybe going to an event, or okay, let's use this. If you are contracted from hopping on a flight, and that flight ends up crashing and everybody dies.
Gotcha.
But there's also an energy that again, you're using a certain amount of your energy to contract.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to ask that question of, is this to my benefit? And if it's not to my benefit, then how can I, let's take these energies that I'm using, let's pull these energies out that I'm using as contraction. Same thing that we do with the other one, like pull it out in front of you. And then, sorry, I'm looking at my big screen. I'm realizing I have to look over here. So you're going, oh, well, I went out in public today and I kind of contracted. Is that an energy I'm using to my benefit? No. Okay, cool. Where could I use it to my benefit? Let's pull all those energies all around me, up above, around, whatever, in front of me.
down and all around.
And then let's transmute that energy into something that could be 1,000 times my benefit. And then we just receive it. Receive it in as a contribution rather than a push away. So how much energy are you using on a daily basis with all that could actually be that contribution to you?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and if you weren't contracting, what could you choose?
Possibilities.
Yeah, and so
Endless.
we talked about judgment and point of view last week. What if contraction is really, sometimes it's awareness, like in the case of not getting on the plane, but most of the time it's the point of view. An automatic point of view that we've lived with our whole lives. So what if we turn that energy, took it as a contribution and then also put ourselves out as that energy in the world?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
I was wondering if you were expanding, you wouldn't be able to contract. Would you? I mean, like if your energy was constantly expanding, there wouldn't be any room for contraction, right?
There wouldn't. And so it's just building that muscle because we've gotten used to contraction.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to become aware of it. This is just to be aware of all the places that you do contract.
Okay.
And then use it as a contribution for you and then expand that out into the world. Like use that gift, use that energy, use the gift of that energy that you're using as a, it's kind of like what I tell my dog my little rescue dog who likes to bark at every little thing. Like, we know, we're aware, like my neighbors aren't going to be coming to like attack you. And he barks like everybody's going to attack, And it's like, I think we can get in that. We've been in that cycle for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and it's automatic. Mm-hmm. So what I'm asking you to do is just use your awareness on that and then grow that muscle where you're, and that's the kind of a little bit of the reason for the book, Extended Massive Orgasm, because really, yahoo! In that book, they really play with that being that expanded energy for longer and longer and longer periods of time. Now they're using it, for a lot of fun with the copulation part of it, but we can use that energy out in the world as ourselves, as our expanded being. And when we catch the contraction, we can go, oh no. All right, I receive whatever that contribution can be to me, and now I expand myself out even further. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My percentage just went up a couple points.
Cool.
Just saying.
She'll be 1, 2, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Bucket. More people out there.
Carol, can I ask you something while I'm thinking of it? When Deborah was talking about how heated her hands were, and you had a suggestion that you put the hands over your other hand, and what is it that you say?
Oh, now I
Turn it back to me.
To return.
Return it back to me. Okay.
Yeah, return it back to me. Back to me. Return all the energy that actually might be used against you, actually for you.
Okay.
Basically. Because if we're the badass motherfuckers of this reality, and we don't really have to live inside of, yes, we can make our own reality. We kind of have to go in and out of this reality to not get, thrown in jail at some point. But
Yeah.
Sorry, that was Audrey.
yeah. But where can we turn all those energies that really have been used against us? We've used a lot of it against us. We've contracted all that. Like, think of all that energy. Like, get a feel for all that energy across our lifetime thus far that we've used to kind of like us rather than expand. So,
Well, I kind of got a small example when my hands were heating up that after, when you did that clearing, it was all the healing I was giving out to these like energy vampires, people who really weren't using it correctly or doing whatever they were supposed to do. And so when you did the clearing, it amped up this healing. And when you said, bring it back to me, it was energy that I was expelling for however many lifetimes. And it was coming back to me. So I don't know if that was just a metaphor for me to kind of get what was happening. If that's, that helps anybody.
yeah, that does.
That helped me.
Thank you for sharing that.
Cleared it up for me, yes.
How often do we do that where we're, we get in that persona of healer and we end up getting, there's so much weird stuff that goes on at the fair, and I just laugh. I laugh the whole time that I'm there. And it's kind of like, because I can use all that energy for me. Like, I can use it all, and also to be a bigger contribution to whoever's coming in there. Because I'm holding the space for them, I'm holding the space for myself, and I'm just kind of like, you can choose to do all that. Well, I'm not going to that level. I'm just not. I'm not there. I've never been there. And so this is the thing that's coming through for you also, Audrey, and probably for everybody. And just a reminder for me is when we don't have something as our frame of reference, it can stick us. So let's say, like my friend Max said, he said, Carol, you came into this world as like pure love. And I think you all did as well. Like, you came into this world as pure love, and you kind of looked around and nobody was willing to receive it. And you kind of go, what the, like, what the hell? But you only have you as that frame of reference of love. And so if somebody shows up with like evil or, hate or any of those other lower frequency energies, sometimes if we're not willing to see exactly what somebody, and Gary Douglas talks about this a lot, or used to, like, we have to be willing to know what somebody's capable of. We have to be willing to know what somebody's capable of. Just because they're walking into our door and asking for some healing doesn't mean that they might choose it, or that they might not try to stick you some way, that they might, it's like, just be aware of. So this is the tough thing, though, because if we don't have that in our frame of reference, I forgot what Dane said that, his was lying. He didn't have any really, like, he would never have an inkling of somebody lying because he wouldn't really realize, like, why would they do that? Like, that wasn't him. He was always like the person of truth. And so people were lying to him left and right. And he said that Gary kind of like, said, look, you gotta be willing to see everything. And that's where in this class, developing that additional awareness is not only of yourself, your body, your being, if there's something else in play there, but also what people are willing to choose around you. Not everybody's willing to hear, receive what we might give.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Because it's like time and time again, like you said, coming into this world in love, you know, and you're giving everybody your love and you're giving it to them, and all they do is they just take and take and take, and then they manipulate you to get what they want. And it's, yeah. And so finally it's like, wow, I could have had a V8, you know, that commercial where, yeah.
Yeah, instead of walking sideways through our life.
Yeah, yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. And the thing is the other side of that is we get used to the energies of the people manipulating us, because that's
Yes. Yes.
and it's almost like an
yes.
addiction. It's an addiction just like alcohol. It's an addiction because it's a feeling. And I remember, like, I think when I was in my late 20s or whatever, I used to go in and get hypnotherapy done. And I would go in there and I'd be like, why do I keep attracting all these assholes? There wasn't the energetic answer there, but now I realize, like, that's what I was used to. That's what I got used to.
Well, Carol, I don't know if you did this with the Unimaginable Futures, the first class or not, but with her and I, we did our energies that you want to perceive in this world, that you want, or that you are.
Yes.
By looking at those energies, and also by listening to your meditation every single day without fail. As soon as I wake up, I listen to it, because that sets my energy, that sets my space, that when other energies come in, it's like I'm more aware of them faster and faster.
Yes. And we will.
That is so important.
It is. And we'll do a little refresher of that. We did do that in the first few groups that I've done. And I think everybody on here has done it. Maybe not Carol, but Carol will do a refresher of that, because I think those energies are
Yeah.
I think it's
even listening to the meditation every single day will set it.
Yeah. And I'll be sending my little software went a little bit awry last week, but I'll be sending the individual ones out too. So use one or both of them or whatever speaks to you. That will help kind of keep you in the space of you.
Yes.
Because the space of you is love. The space of you is, joy. The space of you is
orgasmic.
Oh, orgasmic energy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
definitely.
And it's okay, like sometimes, and let me just say this because we're kind of getting close to time, but we just being willing to look at all this stuff might pick it up for you to look at. But know that any energy that comes up doesn't even have anything on you whatsoever. It's kind of like, I used to do this, I think when I had my radio show, I would say, oh, as if. Like there's an energy to like, oh, as if. They can even touch me, they can even stop me, they can even, whatever. Because I've had people my whole life say, oh, you can't do that. That's not going to ever get done. And I'd be like, oh, you know what? Watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch me. And so know that you're that energy. This is just getting you more and more aware of where you might not be being that energy. And it's not to make you wrong again.
Yeah.
It's just to go, oh, hey, oh, yeah. It's kind of like me getting sucked into that thing for 3 hours. I've done a lot of this work, and it's like, holy shit, that thing sucked me in like a vortex. And I went, oh, wait a minute. It was almost like taking the mask off, that movie where Jim Carrey has the mask and he takes No. Not me. Those are not my energies. Those are not, me. And I don't okay, I can. And then I did end up taking the energy of all of that and using it for something that could be a contribution to me.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like,
Okay, I have one thing. Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I have one thing I have to tell you. Bob and I, we decided we're going to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Second episode, the prince.
Today.
There is a prince, okay, and he gets himself into trouble. Well, the queen is calling the prince and giving the prince a totally different story of what happened. He goes, no, but I was the one that did this. I did this. And she said, kings make up their own reality, and it'll be written in history. And I went, that's us.
Yeah.
We create our own reality, and that will be our history. Instead of, because I'm always looking at my history, trying to create my reality. No. It's we're creating our reality, and that will be our history.
Absolutely.
So I just,
thank you
yeah.
for saying that. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
I got sent on this whole Ancestry.com thing because I had some family contact me, and I was like blown away in a lot of places, but then I realized, like, you got a lot of people doing a lot of cool things, but then on the flip side of that, I think some guy who was like had gone crazy, and so anyway, it was in the news, and so it was like, oh, interesting. So yeah, we do make our own reality. We can make it be whatever we want. And when we grab those energies that used to might stop us, or those energies we might be holding on to that we've gotten used to, kind of like a sand pebble in our shoe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm used to it. You know, it sucks, but it it hurts, but no, you can take that energy, stop, pull out that pebble, and toss that shit away. And this will make you more aware of all of this to go, as if, as,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah. Then we can all
what she said.
Then we can all sit on our beautiful thrones.
That's right.
So anyway, does anybody have any questions? I want to be conscious of the time. Nothing? Okay. All right, we covered a lot of crazy shit tonight.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Look for your fun play sheet. As the week as the week goes on, reach out if you need to. And yeah, look for those meditations this week.
Oh man, great session today.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Audrey.
Love y'all.
Big hugs. And yeah, so let me ask you, because I got today that it might be fun for you guys to pair up and maybe play with some of these questions, etc. Would that be fun?
Sure.
That would be fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Except I don't want to be paired up with Audrey. No judgment, no.
I'm gonna be singing that on Sundays, so maybe I'm gonna be physically there on Sunday. So I don't know, maybe that.
Yeah, I guess we got 5, so somebody can pair up with me. Okay, cool. Well, I will shoot something out.
Awesome.
Do the recording, and big hugs to you all. Keep going as if.
As if. That's right. And
as if anything can stop you, badass motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, ladies. Big love.
Magnitude.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Love y'all.